Hello, you're kicking off the Friday's edition of QPVN English News Bulletin. You're with Milichi and it comes headlines. National Commemoration Ceremony for 80th Anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army held. Remarkable developments of defense industry showcased. Chinese Minister of Defense pays homage to President Ho Chi Minh. On the morning of December 20th, the Communist Party of Vietnam Central Committee, the National Assembly, the Government of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, and the Central Military Commission, Ministry of National Defense, solemnly held the National Commemoration Ceremony for the 80th anniversary of the founding of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th Whole People Defense Festive Day, December the 22nd in Hanoi. The ceremony welcomed nearly 3,000 delegates from both domestic and international organizations. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm, Secretary of the Central Military Commission, attended and addressed the event. The ceremony was attended by President Lương Cường, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, and National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn. Representing the Ministry of National Defense were General Phan Văn Giang, Minister of National Defense, Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, General Nguyễn Tân Cương, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, and Deputy Defense Minister, alongside former and current leaders of the Ministry of National Defense, the General Staff, and the General Political Department, as well as representatives of military units and agencies. The national ceremony opened with a performance 80 years under the victorious military flag. On behalf of the party and state, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm expressed his profound emotions, reverence, and boundless gratitude to the great President Ho Chi Minh, a visionary leader, teacher of the Vietnamese Revolution, national liberation hero, war cultural figure, and the beloved father of the People's Armed Forces. As the party's and state's loyal and reliable political and combat force, General Secretary Tô Lâm affirmed that the military has consistently prioritized building political strength, innovating training methods, maintaining combat readiness, fostering discipline, and cultivating a vibrant and healthy military culture. The Vietnam People's Army actively engaged in economic, cultural, and social development while ensuring national defense and security, particularly in strategic, remote border and island areas. The Vietnam People's Army, emerging from the people and fighting for the people, remains steadfast in its commitment to sharing challenges with the people and to protecting them. The military has been at the forefront of disaster prevention and control, pandemic response, search and rescue missions, always present in critical and dangerous areas to safeguard lives and property. Many officers and soldiers have heroically sacrificed themselves during these missions, further highlighting the noble qualities of Anglo soldiers in modern times. In recent years, through adhering to the party's military and defense strategies, the military has decisively constructed its forces toward being highly skilled, compact, and strong, laying a solid foundation for building a revolutionary, regular, high-quality, and modern military. The defense industry has achieved significant advancement, and international defense integration and diplomacy have been implemented proactively and creatively, enhancing the military's and Vietnam's standing on the global stage and ensuring the fatherland's protection early and from afar. General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that in this new revolutionary era, the prerequisites for the Vietnam People's Army to start in its task and achieve new milestones alongside the party, people, and military in building and protecting the socialist fatherland is to uphold and enhance the party's absolute and comprehensive leadership, thus the centralized and unified management of national defense and the collective strength of the great national unity. He urged steadfastness in the goals of national independence and socialism, dedication to the whole people national defense strategy, and efforts to build a robust national defense posture tied to solid people defense. This should be complemented by national strength rooted in self-reliance, confidence, and national pride, and augmented by international solidarity and cooperation. At the ceremony, General Secretary Tô Lâm presented the Ho Chi Minh Order to the Vietnam People's Army. Over its 80 years of building, fighting, and maturing, the Vietnam People's Army has been honored with 5 Gold Star Orders, 1 First-Class Military Exploit Order, 2 First-Class Labor Orders, and numerous other prestigious awards. On this momentous 80th anniversary, the Vietnam People's Army was once again awarded the Ho Chi Minh Order, a great honor recognizing its illustrious tradition, immense contributions, and exceptional achievements in the revolutionary cause of the party and the nation. At the opening of the 2024 Vietnam International Defense Exhibition on December the 19th, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính delivered a welcoming speech emphasizing Vietnam's commitment in enhancing foreign relations and defense cooperation for peace, stability, and mutual development in the region and the world. Leaders of the military, self-defense, and armed forces of various countries, distinguished delegates, esteemed guests from both home and abroad. Today, I'm very pleased to join you at the Vietnam International Defense Exhibition 2024 in Hanoi, Vietnam City for Peace, the 1,000-year-old capital rich in culture and heroism. On behalf of the government of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, I warmly welcome all distinguished delegates and guests, extending my best regards, sincere greetings, and heartfelt congratulations. This event, held on the occasion of the 80th fighting anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and 35th anniversary of the Whole People's Defense Festive Day, is particularly meaningful. This exhibition conveys the prominent international message of peace cooperation for mutual development, contributing to advancing foreign relations and defense cooperation across all areas for peace, stability, cooperation, and development in the region and the world. We consistently follow a foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, multilateralism, and diversification of relations, being a good friend, a trustworthy partner, and an active, responsible member of the international community. Vietnam remains steadfast in its defense policy of 4 no's, that is, not participating in military alliances, not aligning with one country to oppose another, not allowing foreign military bases, or using its territory against any other country, and not using force or threatening to use force in international relations. The 2024 Vietnam International Defense Exhibition, with the participation of 66 international delegations and more than 240 defense industry enterprises from 49 countries, also demonstrates Vietnam's growing prestige and brand in organizing defense exhibitions.
Thank you, Excellency.
Right after the opening ceremony of the Vietnam Defense Expo 2024, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and the delegates visited booths displaying defense industry products of Vietnam and other countries at the indoor and outdoor exhibition areas. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and the delegates had interesting experiences at the indoor exhibition area of 15,000 square meters, which is twice larger than the first exhibition held in 2022. The participating defense enterprises introduced combat vehicles, technological solutions, weapons, equipment for forces, and logistic and technical equipment, notably the drones, weapons, and ammunition. In addition to the defense industry enterprises of Vietnam, the exhibition also welcomes the participation of those from other countries of the region and the world, including China, the US, Russia, India, Israel, France, the UK, and the Republic of Korea. This year, the exhibition also addressed a wide range of military enterprises and those from other militaries and agencies with typical products and works, demonstrating outstanding achievements in digital transformation, production, and business. The exhibition also features activities to introduce the culture and people of Vietnam, as well as the glorious tradition and achievements that the Vietnam People's Army has made over the past 80 years. The Prime Minister, Minister of National Defense, and other delegates had a special experience with 3D mapping projection technology, virtual reality technology, and the tabletop simulation of the Điện Biên Phủ campaign and Ho Chi Minh campaign. The fact that the expo is participated by a larger number of countries than 2022 manifests the prestige and brand name of the event that has been organized in an increasingly professional manner by Vietnam. Later today, General Phan Van Giam, Minister of National Defense, Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, and General Nguyễn Tân Cương, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army and Deputy Minister of National Defense, visited the exhibition booth. In the framework of the expo, Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa, Double Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, received the Malaysian Army Chief. He expected the two countries' defense cooperation to further develop, while both sides would strengthen information exchange and boost coordination in the identified fields. On December the 29th, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense, presided over a reception for leaders of defense militaries and militaries of the countries and heads of international delegations attending the Vietnam Defense Expo 2024. General Giang respectfully thanked the guests for their participation in the expo. Their appearance makes the event a success. This year's exhibition continues to receive the support and active participation of a number of international partners, friends, and defense-related enterprises, which is a vivid demonstration of the solidarity and friendship between the militaries of national defense and the militaries of other countries and Vietnam in general and the Vietnam People's Army in particular. The Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense advocates the development of a modern, self-reliant, dual-use and internationally integrated defense industry in contribution to peace, prosperity, and common development cooperation in the region and the world. Through defense industry cooperation, countries could improve their defense capacity and address common security challenges in accordance with the basic principles of international law. Vietnam welcomes defense industry corporations and enterprises who come to provide consultation and recommendations for the Ministry of National Defense and the government of Vietnam on measures to build mechanisms that pave the way for the development of defense industry cooperation between Vietnam and other countries, contributing to promoting substantive cooperation between Vietnam and its partners on the basis of equality, mutual benefit, and in accordance with the basic principles of international law. At the meeting, the guests congratulated Vietnam on successfully organizing the expo, noting that the event is an ideal opportunity to explore defense and military technologies, thus further strengthening military and defense sectors for the sake of regional and world peace and security. At the same time, this is also an opportunity to promote scientific research and production, information exchange and cooperation for the development of defense industry. Coming up next, Chinese Minister of Defense pays homage to President Ho Chi Minh. Delegation of military reason for offers incense at Vietnam-Laos International War Cemetery. A response to an invitation from General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense of Vietnam, to attend the 80th founding anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army at the Vietnam Defense Expo 2024. On December the 19th, Senior Lieutenant General Dong Jun, Minister of Defense of China, led a delegation of the Ministry of Defense of China to lay a wreath and visit President Ho Chi Minh's mausoleum, as well as to offer incense at the International War Cemetery in Saigon Wat, Long Biên District, Hanoi. The delegation from the Chinese Ministry of Defense expressed deep respect to President Ho Chi Minh, a hero of national liberation and an eminent cultural figure of the world, and leader who played a crucial role in the struggle for national liberation, reunification, and the building of a peaceful, independent, and socialist Vietnam. At the Presidential Palace relic site, the delegation was introduced to valuable artifacts, images, and documents carefully preserved to showcase the period when President Ho Chi Minh lived and worked there. At the same time, the delegation of Chinese Ministry of Defense led wreaths and offered incense at the Internal War Cemetery in Saigon Wat, Long Biên District. The cemetery currently houses 49 graves of Chinese military personnel and advisors who contributed to the Vietnamese Revolution. These meaningful activities demonstrate the growing depth and substance of defense cooperation between Vietnam and China. On December the 19th, marking the 80th founding anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th anniversary of the whole People's Defense Festive Day, a delegation from Military Reason 4, representing the Ministry of National Defense, offered flowers and incense in tribute to the fallen heroes at the Vietnam-Laos International War Cemetery in An Son Thao, Nghệ An Province. In a solemn ceremony, the delegation lit flowers and offered incense at the President Ho Chi Minh Memorial House and paid tribute to the martyrs at the Vietnam-Laos International War Cemetery. They expressed deep gratitude for President Ho Chi Minh's lifelong dedication to national liberation and honored the martyrs who sacrificed for the defense of the homeland, international solidarity, and the enduring Vietnam-Laos friendship. The delegation pledged to continue their legacy, overcoming challenges to contribute to the nation's development. The Vietnam-Laos International War Cemetery spans nearly 7 hectares and is the final resting place of 10,825 fallen heroes from 47 provinces across Vietnam. It is the largest cemetery dedicated to Vietnamese soldiers and experts who fought and sacrificed in Laos, and the only one in the country shared by both Vietnam and Laos. It is the end of the English news bulletin today. You can watch our news again at QPVN.vn. For now, goodbye and see you next time.